Recording.
I'm going to go ahead and mute myself too.
Look at everybody.
I'm going to unmute myself as everybody pops on to just, if you didn't hear me before, please show me your face. I don't care what you look like, as long as you're not sitting on the toilet. Turn your video on. It's in the bottom left corner. Leaders, show up.
Okay. I recognize all your names coming in through the PayPal, so that's good. How much longer you guys want to wait? Do you want to get going? Do you want to give it another minute? All right. Well, let's get going because we're on record and y'all showed up here. What's going on, Kimberly? Do you have something to say? I saw your hands moving. You good? Okay. You all showed up and we're so excited that you're here, you guys, because this is a really special group for Kimberly, Jessica, and Morgan and myself. I think it's really powerful when you can come together with a group of women with similar goals and kick that fear to the curb, get to work, and start chasing your dreams. And when we come together as a community, as a team, and lean in, that is where the magic happens. For those of you who are around when Transform 20 launched, how many of you felt the magic that happened during that program? Maybe the physical results weren't like everything you wanted, but your mindset was on fire. And you showed up and you were in the challenge group. And the energy was contagious. Why? Because we were all doing it together. We were showing up on our hard days. We were showing up on our good days. And it didn't take all day. It just took a little bit of intentional time where you were completely focused on your workout every single day. Your workout for 20 minutes and then what you did in the kitchen to get those results. Kind of like this business, right? The magic happens when we come together as a community with a belief, with heart, and with integrity. And that's why you are all here. Just like Transform 20, this business and reaching your goals does not take all day long. We are asking you to be all in until September 5th. All in. All in does not mean all of your day. It does not mean on your phone all day long. Just like Transform 20, if you are intentional, you can see a lot of results with 1 hour a day, finding those cracks. And that's what we're going to teach you to do. So we're asking you to lean in. There's a couple types of people who, when we start a Push Life group like this, there's a couple types of people, right? So there's that person that's all in right from the get-go. You are so excited. You've watched every single video. You watched me go all the way for 17 minutes and just ramble and ramble until my heart was content. You watched Kimberly's vision. You watched Morgan. You watched Jessica. You answered today's questions from Morgan. Those really those questions gave me the chills reading those answers about why now. And if you haven't answered those yet, go back and look. But you've done it all and you are ready. You've printed out your tracker. You're ready to go all in. But you know what happens? You go full steam ahead for 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks. You're doing everything. And you've heard a lot of no's. And you've heard even more crickets. So what do? You think, nobody's going to know if I don't show up, right? There's 30 women in that group. They don't know, so I'm just going to go quiet. When you go quiet, we know something's going on. Because the novelty of the group, the excitement, has now started to fade. And you lead out. And then you tell yourself why it's not going to work for you. So that's one type. Here's the other one, right? You already have 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door. You're already here thinking, I'm just going to try, because if on September 5th, I've signed up 2 coaches, I'm a heck of a lot farther along than I would have been if I haven't, but I'm just going to try. because I'm not like her. Life is hard. I'm tired. My child won't sleep. Work is busy. My husband's being a pain in the ass. Sorry if there's kids around, right? 1 foot in, 1 foot out. How many of you feel that way? Right? Okay. Put your other hand up. Give yourself a little dance here because you are going to go all in. This is your time, but you have to believe it. You're all going to be this third person. You're excited. You're going to lean into the group. You're going to kick those excuses to the curb because you guys, it's really easy to blame lack of success on everybody else. I'm sure none of you have said this, but like my upline doesn't do enough for me. There's not enough trainings. I don't fully understand the business. I had no idea what I was doing when I became an Emerald coach. Here's another thing. I had no idea what I was doing before I became a Diamond coach. But what I knew is this business had done so much for the men and the women who had become before me. I saw it with my coach. I saw it in our amazing upline teams that we're all a part of. And I believed. I had no special training, just like probably so many of you. January 1st came of this year, and I decided that I was going to build another diamond in my account to move my business forward. I went all in. And again, not all in with my time. I was really intentional. I was still working full time. My husband had just gotten a new job. My son hasn't slept through the night in a year and a half, and he's 4. Go to sleep. But I told myself that I had no excuse. And for those of you who are sitting here, maybe with not even a coach underneath you yet, I built that account from 0 coaches to Diamond in 6 weeks. So for those who are saying, I don't think it's possible, or this isn't a right fit for me because there's more experienced people in here, because I only have signed up 2 people or no people, wipe that away and just give yourself the opportunity to believe. So if you believe till September 5th, I don't care where you fall, you will be so empowered to keep on going. And so we're kicking off this call tonight. We're going to get into the business aspects of it, but I'm asking you to lean in and believe in yourself. If you were at Summit, I think Rachel Hollis's Mean Girl was Shelly. Kick Shelly to the curb. And let's just do this together and get some amazing, amazing people added into our community. We need to grow these teams of belief makers because it's not fun doing it by yourself. Take ownership of your business. There's lots of the team page or this group page is going to be an amazing resource for us. So check it daily. Use it as a place to ask questions. But y'all, YouTube, if you type in anything and then put Beachbody, you're going to get a great answer, and then share it with us. Take on the leadership to own your business and to help other women own their business. We are going to end this September 5th like a whole crew. We're going to know each other inside and out, and I'm so excited to do this all with you. I'm going to let Kimberly go into the business pieces of this group. Mute myself.
This is funny. Can you hear me? Because I'm kind of look like a robot over here. Can you hear me okay? No. Let me move. Can you hear me now? Can somebody give me a thumbs up if they can hear me? Sort of, kind of. Okay. Can we hear me now? All right. How about now? Can you hear me? Okay. The headphones were no-go. All right. I was trying to not echo and be annoying. All right. So you guys, it's kind of funny that I am the one talking about the business activities and the nitty-gritty things, because typically I'm the one who is gonna throw glitter on everything and make it seem super fun and really exciting and make beautiful graphics. And really what we want to do is pare this down so that it is simple for you guys. All of those graphics and those beautiful side-by-side transformation posts and all of that stuff, you guys, that's extra, okay? What we want to do is get you guys down to the vital behaviors. And if you don't know what those are, you should. But if you don't, we're going to teach you. Basically, you need to be taking care of yourself every single day with your fitness and your nutrition and your supplements. You need to be sharing your journey with other people on social media. You need to be inviting people to join your customers and as coaches. And you need to be celebrating the heck out of people along the way, whether it's your team that you're celebrating. And if you don't have a team yet under you, you have a team above you. You have a team beside you. And you have a challenger group with you. We're in the what? We're taking a tour of my house. Now we'll try the bedroom. Can you hear me now? Okay, good. All right. The bedroom, it is my favorite place anyways. All right, so we want to teach you guys just how to do the things that it takes and to stop wasting time. I have friends all the time that say, oh, did you see such and such on my Facebook today? And I'm like, sorry, I don't scroll social media. Like, I don't spend time scrolling social media because I could be building my business instead of doing this for 37 minutes every other hour, right? Scrolling is definitely not a good use of your time. I'm going to try to share my screen. If it doesn't work because my internet is being shoddy, I'm going to have one of the other girls share the screen and I'll talk through this. So give me just a minute and let's see if I can. Usually it doesn't go so well. Oh, wait, I can't share a screen because I'm not an admin of the call. Krista, can you pull up the tracker for me? Okay. So we've created a tracker for you guys and for us because like we told you guys all in our intro videos and when we were discussing vision and stuff with you, every single one of the 4 leaders that's here with you guys is also building a diamond account in their business, whether it's our spouse account or our second business center or another family member, because we have huge goals and we want to be working toward them with you guys. So we're requiring ourselves to fill out this tracker too. It's going to look scary because it's big and we're asking you guys to level up because you're going to become a diamond leader of your business and of your team. And being a diamond means that you have people that you are leading every single day, okay? So I'm also not the spreadsheet person, and I created 2 of them in the last week. You should be really proud of me, all right? So basically, this is gonna be pinned to the top of our Rise and Shine group so that you can easily access it. As you can see at the bottom, there's 6 weeks, 6 sheets. I'm gonna unlock them as we move along. I don't want you playing in week 2 when it's week 1, and you're gonna earn points. And each week, the highest points or you've got to have 75% of the tracker filled out. That's a requirement, you guys. You have got to be doing these vital behaviors every single day. But we are going to have a drawing for funsies every week for like prizes because there's the glitter. We're throwing some glitter in there for you guys with the spreadsheet, okay? We want you guys to have fun in here, but we want you to work hard. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the details of what you guys are going to be filling in. And the first part of it, you guys, is your journey. You're going to press play every day. You're going to drink your shake or your performance line or both of them every single day. And you're going to read your personal development or listen to your personal development. Jessica talked about that on Monday. So stinking vital and important for your mindset, for your business, and for your own personal wellness. And then we're going to get into those invites. And as you can see, when the task gets a little bit more, I don't want to say hard, but when the task is a little bit more challenging for you, your points value is going to go up. So we're going to reward you for doing the things. So this is weekly, by the way. We're not asking you to send 30 invites to challenger prospects every day. But every week you should be sending 30 challenger invites. You should be sending 30 challenger follow-ups. You should be sending 14 invites to coaching. You guys, that's 2 people a day. 2 people a day that you're asking to do this with you. And you can start with your current clients and your current challengers. And then you can start with the people who already know, like, and trust you. And then you can move into building relationships or rebuilding relationships. which is going to come from these new connections and hey girl messages, which we will share, kind of the ones that we like to do, that we write genuinely and we tweak for different people in different situations. But those connections, 30 new connections a week, you guys, we're asking you to reconnect with people from high school, reconnect from people that you played soccer with, reconnect with people that you were in a sorority with, reconnect with that girl that you met on a fun night at the bar and you got her on Facebook, but you've never actually talked to her before. She's probably super your tribe if you connected at the bar, okay? And then we're moving on to Success Club and measuring that. You guys, we are not going to harp on you about hitting Success Club because it's just something that you do. Like, you are a leader, you are taking ownership of your business. Success Club 5 is a minimum requirement to be moving your business forward, okay? We have an amazing catalog that is going to create volume and income. We have all of the performance line and all of the Beachbody On Demand and beach bars and all that stuff, but we also need to be hitting these minimum requirements of Success Club 5 because you're going to get leads from the lead program. You're going to get fun things from corporate, which I love, prizes and presents. And then you're also going to be able to qualify, hopefully, if you're hitting this benchmark, for our Success Club trip, which is an absolutely incredible opportunity. I've been places I would never be able to afford to go. Well, now I probably can, but I couldn't before because of just helping 3 people a month minimum. So we want you guys to be just benchmarking those goals as you hit them and letting us know throughout the month when you do hit them and giving yourself points for those. Every time you add 2 coaches, I want you to go in there and add 7 points. Okay, so you add 2 coaches, you get 7 points. You add 2 more, you get 7 more points. Get it? If you advance an emerald in your business, which is absolutely necessary to become a diamond, you have to advance at least 2 emeralds in your business, whether you do it yourself under a spouse account or you coach a coach to becoming emerald, which we're going to talk to you more in depth about next week, I believe. You've got to advance at least 2 emeralds to become diamond, which means you have 2 people under you that also have 2 people under them. That's big. That's huge. So 10 points for that. 10 points for you. And then 12 minimum social media posts per week. That can be on Facebook. That can be on Instagram. I want you to focus on being a master of one, not a jack of all trades. You can connect your Facebook and your Instagram together, but if you guys are like trying to drive yourself crazy, showing up everywhere with different content and it's overwhelming, that's because you're doing extra and you're not focusing on the basics. So of those social media posts, basically 2 a day, give yourself a Sunday off. We really want you to be sharing you, your life, your kids, your family, your dogs, your goats, whatever, once a day, because you are your brand and you're not going to build your tribe unless you share you and who you are and what makes you you. And then the other post needs to be about your fitness journey, your nutrition journey, your team, a challenge group invite, some sort of call to action. It's got to be slightly business related or your journey related. And that doesn't mean you have to share a sweaty selfie, you guys. You can add value to people. So we can talk about maybe the 5 pillars or something like that as we go on so that we can really help you develop what your social media presence should be looking like. Most importantly, and the reason we have that there is you need to show up on social media every day. If your kid has pink eye, if you're sitting on the toilet, if your husband's out of town, which mine always is and Jamie's always is and Krista's is a lot, you got to show up. And if you don't show up for like 2 or 3 days, you'll spend a week and a half trying to rebuild people seeing your posts because you didn't show up for a couple of days. So this tracker is going to be totally in your hands. We are not going to remind you to fill out the tracker. It needs to be filled out every single week. Are we doing a Thursday to Wednesday fill out or a Monday to Sunday fill out? I don't know if we talked about that. I think we're going to do a Monday to Sunday fill out because we're going to roll it out officially for you guys to start tracking on Monday. So this is, like I said, you've got to take ownership and responsibility of this. It's going to be pinned to the top. Everybody is going to be able to access this. Please don't add points in anybody else's row. But really just, this is for you to take ownership of your business, and it's just another place for you to track your behaviors so that you're moving forward with your business. So that's all I got about that. It's like so not my jam to talk about, but it's going to keep me accountable too. So let's do it. And I'm going to turn it over to Jessica, who is going to talk to us about routine, owning our mornings, and really just taking advantage of the beliefs that we need to have in ourselves and the activities that we need to do and that intentional time aside for. This is part of the business too, you guys. We work on the internet and we have technical difficulties all the time. And if you give up because something didn't work for you, then you basically just gave up on business and said it wasn't worth it, right? So the internet doesn't work sometimes, and technology is stupid. You have to find a way to make it work. Hopefully she'll be able to hop back on and make it work. Oh my gosh.
While we're waiting, you guys should be so proud of yourself. Look at you. We have 25 people on this call. There's 30 people in the group, but like, that's awesome that you showed up on a Thursday night at 9 p.m. or maybe 8, depending on where you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Y'all, I swear. I'm just thankful we have internet that's actually working. Talk about no excuses. We've been having issues with having internet where we now live. So I've been having to go to my mom's, go to the coffee shop, everywhere. But I'm sharing with you a little bit more about mindset and belief and all of those things because, y'all, I was not a happy person. I had a lot of issues to work through whenever I first started coaching. I would openly say I hated people. Like, I was not your like picture perfect coach, I promise you. But like I mentioned in my video the other day, personal development completely transformed everything for me. And so I'm just going to share a little bit about the importance of, I'm not going to go into like what your morning routine should look like, but you should have some amount of time set apart for you by yourself before anything starts. I don't care if that's 10 minutes or an hour or what that is, but I can tell you having that time to just be able to get my thoughts together and set intentions for my day without my girls like already like kind of throwing you into that reactive mode versus like a proactive mode has really helped me stay on task with what I need to do with my business and just stay in a more positive space. And so I really encourage you to, if you don't have one, start one. You're more than welcome to kind of, if you need help with that, ask in the group and we'd be more than happy to share what our routine looks like. But right before I sat down, I flipped my notebook open to something that I wasn't planning on sharing, but I think it was so powerful. And if you were on his call the other night, this may be something you've already heard, but Josh Coates was sharing an analogy about a seed being planted in two different environments, soil versus pavement. And what goes into, like, if you're somebody that's trying to encourage that seed to grow into, say it's an apple tree, what you do checklist wise is the same exact thing. But if you have it growing in soil versus trying to grow it on pavement, I mean, it's like a no-brainer, right? Like, you're gonna have totally different outcomes, even though the seed is exactly the same and you're going through all of the same steps, okay? So the only difference in those two scenarios, I already kind of gave it away, I wasn't supposed to, is the environment. Okay. And what does that mean? Okay, I'm not going to go in detail about the importance of waking up to who you surround yourself with. That's why it's so vital for you to stay plugged into this group, you guys. But it also includes who you're hanging out with in person, who you're listening to. We all deal with family and friends that do not understand what we're doing. They think it's stupid. They are going to maybe say stuff behind your back, or they may be nice enough to say it to your face. But you have to recognize that you have control over your environment, and you need to own that. Okay. So if you maybe need to distance yourself from people that you know are toxic, then you may need to do that. But if you don't have control over that, you need to recognize the power that you have in your own thoughts and words, you know, to yourself. And so the next thing I wanted to share with you guys that's been really powerful for me, and some of you may have heard me talk about this on one of our team calls, but I have been going through a program called the Appreciation Academy, and it's all about mindset. It's all about digging into the joy behind your journey, and not being so fixated on, like, we're naturally programmed to fixate on the negative. Okay. And so when you have something like this, that you're setting out this big, scary goal, so often we start thinking of all the reasons why we can't do it, right? That's what we're supposed to think of. Like, that's why we're wired. It's how our ancestors survived. You know, they were meant to be protected. And so our brain is wired in a way that you're naturally going to focus on all the reasons why this is a horrible idea, because it's trying to protect you. And what this program has allowed me to really get real with myself is, unless you are being super aware and taking control over your thoughts, we naturally wake up in a pretty crappy attitude and already like thinking of why we're not going to do what we're setting out to do. Okay. So my guess is most of y'all on here are probably already playing that tape in your head. Like, there's no way I'm going to be diamond in 6 weeks. There's no way that I'm going to be able to do this. I haven't done it before. Why now? Blah, 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 blah. All the things, right? And so I want you first to recognize that that is a lie. So much of like anything, you guys, but more so with this, is wiping the slate clean and recognizing that our views on things are shaped from everything around us. And if we have seen people in the past set this goal and not hit it and get frustrated and quit, then that's kind of what that story that we're telling each other. Hey, sweetie, Mama's actually talking right now, so you have to be quiet. So I want you to recognize that it doesn't matter if you're starting out at ground zero. All that matters is that you believe that you could do this. And I want you to start waking up and automatically asking yourself, why am I going to be a diamond by September 5th? Why am I going to do something different with my business? I want you to attach to, of course y'all would come in when it's my turn to talk. You gotta come sit and be quiet. I'm sorry, guys. But you have to start waking up and asking your questions in a way. Oh, this is coaching, you guys. I'm sorry. Got it. Stop, get out. She's waving a pull-up at my face. You got to wake up and ask yourself these questions on why you're going to do what you're setting out to do for your family. And what happens, you guys, when you start asking questions in that kind of a light, your brain is automatically going to find reasons why you are going to do it. So I'm going to wake up diamond on September 5th, and your brain will start listing, because I'm committed, because I'm going to do what they're telling me to do, because I'm going to plug into this group, you know, going through. Yeah, they're like, I don't know why they're in here. And that's awesome spouse support. I got it. Yeah, they're telling you hi. I'm sorry. This would be so much more powerful, I feel, if they weren't like in the middle of it. All I'm trying to share with you guys is be aware of what you're telling yourself, and that includes what questions you're asking, because your brain is naturally going to answer what you're asking yourself. So if you're constantly walking around saying, there's no way I could be diamond in 6 weeks, guess what? You're going to find that proof. You're going to have something happen to you, and you're going to use it as an excuse to pull back and not do what we're like walking you through. And it's hard to make a routine, you guys. What I started doing is writing whatever like my statement is across my planner, so that every day when I open it up, I see why I am going to whatever, or why is this week going to be great. And so, yeah, I feel like I'm like all over the place now, but I just want to encourage you guys to start rewriting what you're saying in your head. And I want to also encourage you that if you're in a place where you've maybe been with us for a while, your coach for a while, and you're telling your story that you can't do this because there's been too much time gone in between, or because you've tried before, recognize that you're in a different season. You're surrounded by different people. And there's a lot of new and exciting things that you're going to be able to capitalize on, like the launch, that weren't a factor back then. But also recognize what excuses you had back then and see how you can lean in and grow from that and do something different. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being patient with my girls. I'm going to hand it over to Morgan to close this out.
All right. That's the whole thing. Live my life with alarms set on my phone so that I don't forget to do stuff. Sorry. Wanted to quick before I end, go back to the 12 posts a day thing really quick. Okay, so 6 months ago, there was sort of this like shift on Instagram, right? Where it was like, you only need to make 1 post a day. And I'm like, yes, praise Jesus. I'm only making 1 post a day. But what I have, like, I don't know, over the past month figured out is that all I was doing was talking about coaching or a challenge group or join me, because I was only posting 1 time a day. And every single day I'm like, well, I got to talk about what I'm doing. So then if somebody goes to my Instagram, they're like, okay, cool. So you do this thing and you want me to join you. So the 12 posts a day or a week, posting at least 2 times a day is so important, because we don't want people to only go to our pages and think, oh, she just wants us to join something. We want them to know more than that, which is who we are, what our family's like, what we're about, who we are. And that naturally helps you attract the people that are going to be on a call like this one day when you're leading it. Okay. So lean into that. I know it's something extra to do, but like I was saying in the chat, it doesn't have to be, you know, super long post every single time. It can be just quick, a little one-liner, you know, whatever, just what's happening in your day, or something that's on your heart. I love to share from the personal development that I'm reading, and sort of, you know, pump people up and give them encouragement. So we can talk more about that in the group if y'all need help with more of social media, but I just wanted to touch on that really quick. Okay. And so I know at the end of a call, everybody's like, okay, can we like wrap this up? So I promise I'm going to be quick to close this out, but I was able to go to NLC this past year. Most incredible experience. I want you all to get there. Ashley Molstad gave a speech that, honest to God, was the best Beachbody, a speech from a Beachbody coach that I have ever heard. And that's like really saying a lot. I'll post it in this group if y'all want to see it, or we can send it to you if we don't want to have it on the page, whatever. But she just nailed everything. A lot of what we've talked about tonight, she nailed every single excuse that we've all told ourselves. And not only did she, you know, attack the excuses, but she gave an example of, oh, you don't think you can? Blah, blah, blah did. You know, it was just so good. But one of the things, well, she said 2 things that I literally don't even have to think about it. They are just like burned into my memory of her saying it. I can see her face and everything. She said, success is tireless belief in yourself. And it's not, I mean, maybe to some of y'all that's not as a profound statement as it was to me, but when she said it, I was just like, girl, drop the mic and walk off, because what you just said is everything. And looking back over my coaching business, I know that in the beginning, I did not have tireless belief in myself. I had one foot in and one foot out, just like Krista was talking about. And I always had a plan B. It was always, well, if I don't, surpass my nursing income and this doesn't become what I think it can be, then I'll just go back to nursing. Like, I went to school for 4 years and that's always going to be there, whatever. I had a plan B. And just like Jessica was saying, when you have that thing, whether it's a limiting belief or a plan B or whatever it is in your brain, what's the word? Starts with an S, I think. M. You manifest that. Whatever is in your subconscious, you manifest. Chris is laughing at me. So I want you to live and breathe by that. The success of not just this group, not just September the 5th, not just Diamond, but your journey, that in my opinion, in my heart, it's never going to end, is always tireless belief in yourself. On the personal development note, I don't have this on my notes, but when we're talking about personal development, if y'all don't like Rachel Hollis, don't listen to Rachel Hollis. If you hate Gary Vee, don't ever download his podcast. Like, you got to find the thing that's going to be your jam, especially when you need the fire. When I'm feeling, Gary Vee is my go-to. I love him. I need that, just get it done, sister. Well, he doesn't say sister. He says MFer. But anyways, so yesterday I'm listening to Gary Vee. So weird that I chose this one because it was like a basketball podcast, right? But he's interviewing a guy named Kevin Love. I do not watch NBA, so I did not know who he was. Evidently, he's the forward for the Cleveland Cavaliers, plays with LeBron. I don't know anything about basketball. Whatever year it was that they won the championship, he said they were on the way to Game 6. And I guess the championship must have been 3-2 at the time. They had to win Game 6 in order to go to a Game 7. And he said on the way there, LeBron just looked around and said, it's written. We're doing this. It's happening tonight. We're going to Game 7 and we're going to win that too. And Kevin Love said it was the most incredible thing because we went out on that court and we played like we had already won the game because we believed that it was written. We believed we were going to win it, and we played that way. And then we went to Game 7, and we won Game 7. So the last thing that, to sort of tie that in, Ashley said at NLC was, you have to believe that your goals are already there. They're already out there. You've already achieved them. It's set in stone. Whatever it is that your goal is already happening. It's not a matter of if anymore. It's simply a matter of when. So y'all, the time is now. I sort of said that in my video, in my live. The question this morning was, why is now the time? However you answer that, if you haven't, go back and answer that question. In this group, we're going to lean in together and we're going to push each other and we're going to hold each other accountable. And you have to put your blinders on. Kimberly kind of touched on this. Because aside from not believing in yourself, comparison, I believe, is the one other thing that can truly just stop you in your tracks. You cannot look to the left and you cannot look to the right. Just like Rachel Hollis said at Summit, whatever she is doing does not impact you. It doesn't matter. It has no bearing on your life. It's what you do. So put your blinders on, find your belief, you guys. I don't know what personal development you need to do if you have those limiting beliefs, but figure it out. Lean into this group and know that it's written. It's going to happen. If we lean in together, we rock this group out, we finish on the 5th, and it's going to be the best thing. Do we want to do Q&A? I know we went a little longer than we tried to.
we are going to blow, I love Krista. We are going to blow this up.
I'm like sitting here thinking like September, like we are all just, I don't know, my
It's gonna be
palms
a
are
really
sweating like,
sparkly group.
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
There's going to be freaking glitter everywhere. I'm so excited.
Does anybody have questions?
If you have a question, you can ask. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. If you have a question, you can type it in or you can unmute yourself. And if not, we're going to post this in the page and you guys can either rewatch it or go back with your thoughts after you read your notes or like sleep on it because I know we're tired. The last thing I want to say, you guys, is if you didn't go to Summit and you're not a Rachel Hollis person, which I wasn't with Girl Wash Your Face, but I was with Girl Stop Apologizing. So Morgan is the one who told me to like dig into that because it was different and there were like how-tos instead of just a story. You guys, she said something that was imperative for being a part of a group and a growth environment. And I want to say it here. First of all, my butt is amazing. I work really hard on it. I love it. And I'm going to clap for myself. And your butts are amazing. And you're working hard on them. And I'm going to clap for my friends. Okay? Like, that is what this environment is going to be all about. Yes, we want you to work hard. Yes, we want you to show up. But you need to clap for yourself every freaking day when you wake up. Because look at you here right now. You are already a leader. And you are already doing more than what the people who aren't here doing. Because you're right here right now. And you're listening and showing up. Okay? So clap for yourself when you get off this call. Clap your butt, clap your shoulder, pat your back, do whatever. And then every single day when we're showing up for ourselves and we're building our tribe and we're working hard and we're hustling, you're going to clap for yourself, but you're going to show up in this group and you're going to clap for your friends too. Because this is for all of us. It's not just for me and Krista and Morgan and Jessica. We're not going to keep all the people in the whole entire world to ourselves. Our coaches who are making, I don't know, $7,000 a week, whatever, they didn't keep all the people to themselves, and we're not going to keep all the secrets to ourselves so that we can hoard all of the coaches. We are going to learn from above us, and we are going to spread it to under us, and there is no reinventing the wheel, and we're never, ever, ever going to keep information from you guys because we want to clap for you along the way. So show up, clap for yourself, clap for your friends. Let's do the daggone thing and wake up super shiny on the 5th of September.
And we're going to take a super fun boomerang because that's what we do. Right?
I was
Entire
saying,
nose. We're always boomeranging team calls.
clapping.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Do it!
Right.
Everybody clap.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Everybody clap your hands.
Oh, that's great, guys. I'll
Awesome.
post it in the group.
All right, guys, when Krista posts it in the group, grab it, throw it up in your stories. All right. Have a great night, guys. We'll see you
Bye, guys.
tomorrow morning. Show up in the group.